What's going on, you guys? You're watching the Thrift Store Rundown, bringing Hollywood home on a budget. Two questions for you. What is your definition of bliss? And if you can't come up with one, could you find one in 20 quotes or less? When this book, Bliss, came out in 2015, that's how many new age mantras / haunted reality quotes were packed into it. 20. 3 we're going to highlight in the book itself for this video, and the other 17 will be highlighted through snapshots from Mitchies from all over the world. This is Bliss, co-authored by Shay, whose name is featured pretty prominently on the top of the cover, and Michaela Blaney, her BFF, in business and in personal matters. Just on principle, because I'm a huge Pretty Little Liars fan, I bought this. Anything PLO related that comes to the thrift store will be featured on this channel, because you know I hold a very deep place in my heart for that show. This is their first joint effort in publication. Now, I got this pretty cheap. You see the price tag here on the top left corner, but I'll tell you how much I really paid for it toward the end. Retail price is $25.99 US and $29.99 in Shay's birth state of Canada. Get lost in the imperfect world of 3 best friends in a fast, fun novel by Shay Mitchell, star of ABC Family's, now Freeform's #1 rated show, Pretty Little Liars, and best friend Michaela Blaney. Following your dreams might lead you down a rocky path, or it might get you everything you ever wanted. For 21-year-old BFFs, Sophia, Demi, and Leandra, that journey comes with epic hangovers, soulless jobs, and 30-something boyfriends who act half their age. Set against the backdrop of Hollywood glamour and international glitz, Bliss is all about that age where you can count on nothing and survive anything, if you're lucky enough to have truly great friends. These are the co-authors discussing the process behind writing the book Bliss, and what they want fans to take away from this after reading it.
Just that whatever life throws at you, you have to be able to pick yourself back up and keep moving forward, no matter what happens. It's never going to be an easy ride, and especially in your 20s, it can become some kind of, tough challenges, and there's some tough events that can happen, but at the end of the day, if you keep moving in the right direction, you're going to make it.
I think it was a culmination of ideas. We were sitting there talking about how we got to where we were, and it was so cool to write a novel. I think we just recently finished a novel we both really liked, and we just took it to the whiteboard.
Yeah, we did take it to the whiteboard.
All of our ideas in one place and kind of conceptualized characters that were based on us and friends. I think it was 4 characters in the beginning, but we
brought it down to 3.
Yeah.
Those 3 BFFs are again Sophia, Demi, and Leandra. Sophia's mapped out every aspect of her glamorous life as a Hollywood actor on her vision board, but her life in Toronto is anything but glamorous. Attending countless auditions and working at a doozy nightclub, Sophia is starting to feel like she's going nowhere. Slowly. Unlike Sophia, Debbie didn't go to college. Short of a vision board, she puts all her energy into building the perfect relationship with an older man. And when that relationship crashes and burns, which kicks off this book in a pretty spectacular way, Demi is left to pick up the pieces. Will she learn from her mistakes? Leandra doesn't give a crap about hard work or a loving relationship. She has other plans. Leandra sets out to travel the world in the yachts, planes, and limos of ridiculously wealthy men. Maybe one of them will be able to show her what love really means, if she can take off her Chanel sunglasses long enough to see it. All 3 of these characters follow very unique journeys on their path to bliss. But Demi is the most unique in my opinion. Why? Not just because of her questionable choices in older companions, but also because her bliss, career-wise, is cooking. And let me tell you, I was surprised to find out a number of Demi's recipes in here as bonus extras in this book. However, we come to the first quote before we can get to that. The worst part about being lied to is knowing that you weren't worth the truth. Every quote that concludes the chapter in here has very strong significance as it relates to the preceding chapter. So keep that in mind. The authors did not put quotes in here willy-nilly. Now, Debbie loves to cook, so this is the first recipe. Demi's pumpkin spice raisin and walnut muffins. Make 12. Shay, in her own right, has proven herself to be a pretty decent cook. If only she could write a cookbook of her own. Her on-camera counterpart on PLL, Alison De Laurentiis, will soon have one of her own October 8th. Here's Demi's Jerk Chicken. That would be Salsa in Good Taste, which is the name of her YouTube channel and blog. Salsa Pitiesa, Salsa in Good Taste. Although to be technical, Salsa Pitiesa safer, as credited on the cover of that book. It comes out October 8th. Demi's Beef Bourguignon. And let me tell you, this is a solemn vow that I will be at Barnes & Noble, at Clifton Commons, or maybe Plaza 46 because I haven't been there. But I will be there, opening day, to get that book. Here's the second of 3 quotes. Do not dwell on the past. Do not dream of the future. Concentrate the mind on the present moment. Buddha. And now, cocktail. Demi's New York Sour. If you want some good summer cocktails with a hint of cosmopolitan, might as well check that out. And quote number 3, forgive anyway. Once again, keep in mind that every quote that concludes the chapter has very strong significance in relation to the preceding chapter. Here's Demi's fish tacos. That's a very pivotal recipe for Demi because it lands her another older man. This one, Australian and exotic, and harboring a secret of his own. I will say that 2 of the characters end up finding their own bliss, while one, by the end of this book, is still searching, adding a sense of realism to this. I have one fault with it though. Some of the third-person narration by Shay and Michaela can be a little too relatable at times for my male brain, for my XY chromosomes, so it can be a little disorienting for me. But otherwise, you're looking at a pretty marvelous guilty pleasure read for the summer, especially for summer beach reading. It's from St. Martin's Press, New York, New York. And here they are on the back. Life is not a dress rehearsal. The curtain is up and you are on, so get out there and give it your best shot. The other 17 quotes will now be highlighted through a montage from Mitzi's all over the world. Here it is. So that's Bliss. And one other fault, it's in pretty terrible condition. You can see here the defects on the dust jacket, bent, torn a bit, pretty dingy on the back. And the book itself ain't flawless either in terms of its construction. See here? So it's been around for quite a while. Someone who originally had this and brought it to the thrift shop, he or she, I guess mostly a she, had this for quite a while. So aside from those faults, I must give this a very solid 4.5 out of 5. This is a pure blissful read for the summertime, and I'll leave it at that. And I certainly know that Shay will find another definition of bliss in the future because she is pregnant! That's right, in case you didn't know, Shay Mitchell is pregnant once again! Matte Babel, you magnificent bastard! Me and my PLO pal and #1 Mitchie friend Linda wish you two and little baby Shay on the way. That's right, a baby girl. We wish the 3 of you nothing but a lifetime of bliss ahead. And if you guys didn't find a definition of bliss that works best for you in any of these pretty quotes, maybe you should come up with one yourself, because there is no blissful fate but what we make for ourselves. And yes, that is an altered line from the Terminator. My definition of bliss? Buying Bliss for 50% off $6.99. That's right, I got this for $3.49 without tax. Not counting tax anyway. Now, in the grand context, that is just a small nugget of bliss. But if you ask me, although it doesn't trump Shay's pregnancy, it's pretty miraculous. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you on the thrift side.